Picture this, 2 a.m., fists hammering your door like thunder, red and blue lights flashing across your walls. Police enter, accusing your terrified innocent 16-year-old daughter of taking your beloved vintage Mustang without permission and crashing it into a fountain in a hit and run. The pain deepens when you learn the witnesses are your own parents and sister, coldly pointing the finger at your child to protect their precious golden girl. This heartbreaking true story of betrayal and a mother's fierce fight for justice will touch your heart. Stay for the secret recording that turns everything around. Hi, I'm Olivia Bennett, a 42-year-old landscape architect living in Savannah, Georgia. My days revolve around designing beautiful outdoor spaces for clients, but my real joy comes from my quiet home life with my 16-year-old daughter, Ava. She's sensitive and artistic and so anxious about driving that she's put off getting her license on purpose. We share a close bond, just the two of us against the world, or so I thought. It was a warm Thursday night in the summer of 2025. I'd gone to bed early after sketching plans for a client who dreamed of lush gardens and challenging soil. Ava had said goodnight hours earlier, her door closed as always. The house was peaceful, the kind of ordinary evening where nothing exciting ever happens. That peace shattered just after 2 a.m. with heavy, urgent banging on my front door. The sound didn't just wake me, it slammed into my chest like a wave. I bolted upright, heart pounding, and saw red and blue light sweeping across the ceiling through the blinds. Grabbing my robe, I hurried to the door, every instinct screaming danger. Through the peephole, two police officers, faces serious under the porch light. I opened the door a crack, chain still on. "Can I help you, officers?" The older one spoke first. No pleasantries. "Ma'am, are you Olivia Bennett? We're here about a hit-and-run collision involving a 1967 Mustang convertible registered to this address." My stomach dropped. That Mustang, my cherry red 1967 convertible, was my pride and joy. I'd spent 5 exhausting years and $65,000 restoring it piece by piece. It was more than a car, it was my escape, my therapy after a divorce, built with my own hands in the garage on nights and weekends when Ava was asleep. It sat under a cover, waiting for relaxed weekend drives. "It's in the garage," I managed, voice shaky. "I have the keys right here." The officer shook his head. "No, ma'am. The vehicle is currently wrapped around the stone fountain in Lafayette Square." Witnesses saw the driver leave the scene. Leave? Someone took and crashed my car? Who would? I started, but he cut me off. "We have multiple witness statements identifying the driver as your daughter, Ava Bennett." The words hit like ice water. Ava? My sweet girl who panics at the thought of parallel parking? Who gets anxious even ordering food in a drive-thru? "That's impossible," I whispered. "She's asleep down the hall. She hates driving. She's terrified of it." His eyes hardened. "The witnesses are your parents, Richard and Margaret Bennett, and your sister, Lauren Bennett. They were at the scene and positively identified her running away." The betrayal sank in slowly, coldly. My own family at 2 a.m. naming my child as responsible. They weren't innocent bystanders. This felt planned, deliberate. The officers left around 2:45, saying they'd follow up. I didn't sleep. Instead, I tiptoed to Ava's room and eased the door open. There she was, peacefully curled under her weighted blanket, her sketchbook open on her chest, charcoal smudges on her fingers from hours of drawing. Innocent, safe. My heart ached at how close she'd come to being pulled into something devastating. By morning, anger replaced shock. I knew exactly where Lauren had been. The exclusive midsummer solstice festival at the Tate Estate. The kind of elite party filled with luxury, expensive champagne, influencers networking, and poor choices hidden behind money and connections. Lauren, my younger sister at 30, lived for those events. She was the family star, beautiful, charismatic, and building a lucrative influencer career with brand deals and sponsorships. For 2 decades, I'd been the invisible one, cleaning up her messes. Her DUI in college, I drove for hours in the middle of the night to help her, keeping it quiet so Dad's reputation stayed intact. The time she forgot to pay for a luxury bracelet, I went back and covered it to avoid trouble. I fixed everything while they praised her shine and called me the strong one. Strong, that's what they labeled me. But it really meant reliable, taken for granted, the sister who asked for nothing and gave everything. Why did I do it? Unhealthy family ties don't break overnight, they wear you down slowly. My parents taught me that protecting the family image was the ultimate act of love. My role was to smooth edges and quiet problems. I accepted accepted it because it was all I knew, and deep down I craved their rare approval. But pointing the finger at Ava, using my car as a prop and my daughter as a shield, that crossed into unforgivable territory. The Mustang wasn't just transportation to them, it was a cool vintage backdrop for Lauren's photos. She'd taken my sanctuary and tried to risk Ava's future for it. I sat in the dim kitchen as dawn broke, the fridge's hum my only company. No tears yet, just a cold clarity. I knew the call would come at 8 a.m. sharp. Not concern, not apology, instructions. The phone rang, Mom's voice brisk and businesslike. "Olivia, your father and I are on the line." Dad jumped in, authoritative as always. "We've researched the laws. Ava's a minor, record seal at 18. Community service, maybe a fine, it disappears." "No. How is she?" "No. Are you okay?" Straight to damage control. "What about Lauren?" I asked quietly. Mom responded sharply. "She has a major swimwear campaign launching. A DUI or hit-and-run charge would ruin her contracts, morality clauses, hundreds of thousands in losses. So that's it. Sacrifice Ava, resilient young Ava, to save Lauren's empire. You want my daughter, who can't even take her driving test without panic attacks, to confess to taking and crashing my car?" Dad sighed. "It's not serious consequences, Olivia. It's family unity. We'll cover repairs and fines. Just tell police you were asleep, heard the car leave, and noticed keys missing later. And if I refuse?" Silence. "Then Mom, you're choosing to ruin your sister's life." Dad added coldly, "Don't expect our financial help with your business next season if you can't support the family." I ended the call without a word. Moments later, Instagram notified me. Lauren's story, black background, white text. "Devastated by the betrayal from those closest to me today. When trust breaks, healing is needed. Han family hurts, taking time." She was playing victim already, twisting the narrative online before facts emerged. In that moment, something inside me broke free. I wasn't their daughter or sister. I was their unpaid crisis manager. Ava wasn't family to them. She was disposable. They thought money and guilt would buy my compliance. They forgot who I really am. In my home office, surrounded by blueprints and contracts worth millions, I dialed Marcus Hale. He's not a gentle lawyer. He's a sharp professional in expensive suits, an expert in high-stakes litigation and reputation protection. "Marcus, I need you on retainer. Hit and run, false police reports, possible defamation." The parties, my parents, Richard and Margaret, and sister Lauren. A beat of silence. "Your family?" "Yes." "No settlement, full accountability." I had the ace, the black box. When restoring the Mustang, I'd installed a premium security system for collector cars, GPS, impact sensors, and most importantly, a cabin audio recorder that activated on motion or engine start. They'd talked freely inside, assuming privacy. Logging into the portal, hands steady, I found the file, 45 minutes from engine start to post-crash. I listened alone first. Engine revving, loud music, Lauren's excited voice. "Look at this car, guys. Vintage Queen vibes, live streaming for the vibes." She was broadcasting her impaired drive, then the crash, screech, impact, her panicked cries, footsteps. My parents are arriving swiftly. "Dad, is the stream over?" "Mom, wipe your face. You were never here." Lauren is upset about ruined content. Then the plan. Point to Ava. Similar build. Minor record seals to protect Lauren's income stream. Cold, calculated. It wasn't just favoritism, it was business. Lauren generated prestige and money. Ava and I cost them nothing to discard. Hearing their voices scheme against my child ignited a fire I'd never felt. Protective determination, pure and sharp. Marcus listened too, his voice turning serious. "This is conspiracy, obstruction, false reports, and endangering a minor. We'll seek full accountability." At 11 a.m. we entered the station. My family sat confidently in the lobby. In the interview room, they repeated their statements calmly. Marcus interrupted. Before formal statements, new evidence. He played the audio. Color drained from their faces. Lauren cried. Mom gasped. Dad stared, defeated. The detective stood and said, "You're all under arrest." As they were cuffed, Dad whispered, "You're tearing apart your own family over a car?" I met his eyes. "You tore it apart when you chose image over love. I just ended the lie." The consequences came swiftly. Lauren faced DUI, hit and run, and false report charges. Parents, conspiracy, and obstruction. The transcript became public. Media covered it widely. Lauren's world changed dramatically. Sponsors withdrew, followers unfollowed, the agency let her go, and the beach house deal fell through. Marcus's civil suit led to a $150,000 settlement from my parents, restitution for the harm caused. They sold the family estate quietly and stepped away from Savannah society. Lauren moved to Atlanta, attempting a fresh start under a different approach. 6 months later, Ava and I thrive in our garden paradise. She paints without shadows, her anxiety easing in our safe space. No more difficult calls or demands. Cutting them out didn't leave a void, it created room to breathe, to live fully. I sold the wrecked Mustang for parts. I didn't need reminders. What I needed was peace, and I finally claimed it. Breaking free from unhealthy family patterns isn't explosive. It's quiet liberation, a deep breath, a blank canvas, true freedom. If this story moved you, tap that like button to stand with those choosing peace over pain. Subscribe for more real tales of courage and healing that might just inspire your own boundaries. Drop a comment with your experience of breaking cycles. We're stronger together in this community of survivors.